guide my steps and help me find my way. I need your shelter now. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps and help me make this day a song of praise to you. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps. Oh, guide my steps and help me find my way. I need your shelter now. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps and help me make this day a song of praise to you. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps. Ufros aleinu sukat shalom lecha. Ufros aleinu sukat shalom lecha. Oh, guide my steps and help me find my way. I need your shelter now. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps and help me make this day a song of praise to you. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps.
So beautiful. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's so good to be with you. I'm so glad Shabbat is here, and I'm glad that you're here too. It's great to be together with you. Cantor, I'm glad you're here. It's great to be with you. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom to you.
I hope for everyone that's with us this evening, joining us by Facebook Live or on the streaming tile on our website, has the opportunity tonight to just take a breath and let this week go as we move into the day of rest and replenishment that is Shabbat. If you've got a prayer book at home, you can follow along in there. We'll also do our best to share the words of our liturgy on the screen so you can follow along with us. If you're watching us on Facebook Live and you haven't yet had a chance to chime into the chat box and say hello and let us know that you're here, please do that. It feels really good to know that you're here, and it's nice for all of us praying together to know who's in the room with us virtually. As we've done each week since we've been gathering together on Zoom to pray together over these last few weeks, we want to ask a question for you to reflect on and offer some answers to, and we'll share some of the answers that you have shared with us a bit later in the service. But this evening, the question that Cantor and I would like for you to reflect a bit on is, what's something about yourself that you love? Take just a second to think about something about yourself. Maybe it's something unique only to you, something about yourself that you love. Take just a second to think about what that might be. And while you're thinking, we're going to move to begin Shabbat with the lighting of candles. Maybe you're lighting Shabbat candles in your own home at your own table. You can go ahead and get ready to light now as Cantor and I offer this meditation before the lighting of the Shabbat candles. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us.
As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Tonight, we are thinking about pride, about our LGBTQ community, about equality for all. We want to honor the LGBTQ voices in our community and in our Jewish world. Some of our most beloved music is written by LGBTQ composers: Debbie Friedman, Julie Silver, Alana Arian, to name just a few. We recognize them tonight and hold them up with love. We recognize the amazing LGBTQ musicians within our own Houston community, some of whom we will hear tonight as well. May our love for them inspire us to love ourselves more too. Let that be the new song, the Shir Chadash, we sing together. Continue welcoming Shabbat like a bride with Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, mekabela. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, mekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'diborecha, yishmi'anu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'litila. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, mekabela. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, mekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu b'necha, ki mikor habracha. Merosh mikedem הנשואה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, mekabela. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, mekabela. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי בעורף קומי אורי. אורי אורי שתעבירי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, mekabela. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, mekabela. We now rise and face the entrance as we welcome in Shabbat like a bride. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha ובצהלה,
continue now, moving toward the prayers of our service. Now that we're all warmed up, body and soul, we're getting ready to begin to get ready to pray. And so as we prepare for the Baruch Hu, now is the time to find ourselves finding our spiritual heights, maybe accompanied by our physical heights, if you are willing and able to stand. Whatever it is that we do, we find a higher, more lofty place in ourselves as we prepare for Baruch Hu and prepare to pray. If you're in a prayer book, this next reading can be found on page 29. There is one who sings the song of his own life, finding everything within himself. There is one who leaves the circle of herself and sings the song of her people. There is one whose voice rings with the song of humanity, hoping for the highest perfection. And there is one who rises even higher, uniting with all creatures, with all worlds, filling the universe with song. Nivarech, let us bless.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, Hukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shachbeinu, Uvkumeinu nasiach bechukecha, V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, Uv'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, Ki hem chayenu, Ve'orech yameinu, Uvahem negei yomam v'layla, negei yomam v'layla. Ve'ahavatcha al tasir, Mimenu le'olamim, Baruch ata Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael, Ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch. now invite you to be seated as we continue with Ve'ahavta, and just remind you, if you haven't shared something in the chat, something you love about yourself, we invite you to do that now. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam Beshivtecha bevetecha uvlechtecha vaderech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayu letotafot beineinecha uchtaftam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha Leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim le'Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
I want to thank those of you that have taken a moment to share in the chat box some of the things, or one thing that you love about yourself. It's been great to watch these little affirmations float by in the chat box to see the things that you love about yourselves. And I'll say, just by way of editorial comment, I'm noticing that a lot of these things are the things that we love about you too. Let me just share a little sampling of some of the things that folks have said about themselves that they love. Let's see. Liz says resilience in the face of adversity, and Leah says that her heart always sees outside the box and isn't tied down to the quote-unquote supposed to. I love that. Nancy's grateful for her sense of humor. That is something that is very, very necessary and helpful in these days, Nancy. Sherry loves being who she is. Freddie's willingness to lean into difficult conversations, that is a great characteristic, a wonderful trait. Kathy's openness to all opinions. Madeline's capacity to grow and learn and change. I've noticed a couple people remarking about the joy that you get from creating and experiencing music. Susie and Philip, you both mentioned that. Sydney's willingness to embrace the minutiae, especially as she volunteers for the causes that inspire her. This is just great. I hope that Linda's willingness to accept life's surprises, Lynn's ability to find the good in everyone, and Pat's positive outlook on life, Cindy's acceptance of people, Rodney's optimism and can-do spirit. Keep them coming. Keep writing and keep reminding yourselves what the things are that you love about yourselves. Those will always be the sources of strength that carry us through good times and bad, and we're so delighted that you've shared all those wonderful things that you love about yourselves with us.
What do you love about yourself, Rabbi?
That's a great question. I think I love my curiosity. I love that I'm always interested in finding out new things and exploring new stuff about the world. What about you?
I like how I break things down into sort of detailed, manageable chunks to try to help people understand.
Awesome. So we are going to continue now on page 41 of your books. Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles and earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Ya la la.
Continuing now, if you're in a book, we're on page 43. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim.
Oh, guide my steps and help me find my way. I need your shelter now. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps, and help me make this day a song of praise to you. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps. Ufro salenu sukat shlomecha. Ufro salenu sukat shlomecha. Oh, guide my steps and help me find my way. I need your shelter now. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps, and help me make this day a song of praise to you. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps.
We prepare ourselves for prayer now as we guide our steps to the words of the Amidah. If it's comfortable for you to rise for these prayers, please do so as we prepare for these prayers together.
Adonai, sifatai tiftahu fi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. Ha'el hagadol hagibor v'hanora, El Elyon, gomel chasadim tovim, v'konei hakol, v'zocher chastei avot v'imahot, u'mevi geula livnei v'neihem, leman shemo be'ahava. Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Ata gibor leolam Adonai, mechayei hakol ata rav lehoshia, morid hatal, mechalkel chayim bechesed, mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim verofei cholim, umatir asurim, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומדומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמנת להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Disturb us, Adonai. Ruffle us from our complacency. Make us dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, the quietude which arises from a shunning of the horror, the defeat, the bitterness and the poverty, physical and spiritual, of humans. Shock us, Adonai. Deny to us the false Shabbat which gives us the delusions of satisfaction amid a world of war and hatred. Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweet and sad poignancies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and rubric prayers of yesteryears. Make us know that the border of the sanctuary is not the border of living, and the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality. Disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of torpor and slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurred to action. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
We now share a special musical presentation featuring Leah Jorgensen and Joel Lukes. We pray for peace. Shalom Rav. We continue now with a moment of silent prayer. Say shalom b'imrama, hu yaseh shalom, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, yaseh shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom במרומיו. הוא יעשה שלום, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, יעשה שלום עלינו, ועל כל
We take a moment now to add to our own personal prayers, the prayers for healing this week, as we think about the members of our congregational family, the members of our community, and all of those in our circles of care and concern on whose behalf we offer prayers of healing this week. Tonight we offer the words of Mishaberach for David Askenaz, Marcia Block, Bradley Borden, Melba Berman, Jennifer Carey, Michelle Cohen, Miles Cohn, David Kottner, Maya Creeder, Richard Dana, Ann Graubart, Jerry Hooks, Sarah James, Lori Lee, Lawrence Levy, Velma Lingo, Nakia Martin, Melinda Scholar, Angelica Taylor, Marcia Tushida, Leah Danielle Varadi, Lenny Weinberger, Roger Williams, Avram Chaim ben Shlomo Vapazia, Chaim Leibish Velvel ben Sheva, Gelka Nachama bat Libachaya, and all of those in our circles of love who are suffering with physical illness, emotional distress, and pain. On their behalf, we offer this Mishaberach together. A few announcements tonight for our community. To begin with, a word of gratitude to Nathan Malik, who's helping us with the service tonight. You can't see him because he's behind the scenes, but his work is making it possible for all of you to see and hear us. We're deeply grateful for his technical assistance tonight. Nathan, thank you for tonight and for all you do. I also want to add my thanks to the Cantors, to Leah and Joel, for their musical accompaniment to that beautiful piece of music that you just heard. I saw a few of you chiming in on the Facebook chat to express your gratitude to be able to pray in a community that lifts up and celebrates this kind of music. So we're very grateful to both of you for the music you contributed and for the sweetness of yourselves that you bring to this place every time you're with us. It is a joy to have you as a part of this sacred community. I want to offer a word of welcome to the members of our Classics group who are with us joining the Shabbat service tonight. I hope that after our service this evening you have an enjoyable night of games. Everyone who registered ahead of time for game night should have gotten the information about how to log on to Zoom yesterday. Good luck to everybody, and I hope it's a great evening for all. Our annual 4th of July celebration that we've come to know and love over these last few years has, for obvious reasons, moved to an online platform. From patriotic and folk music to a scavenger hunt and a Havdalah service. We hope that you will make time to join us on Zoom Saturday, the 4th of July, 7 p.m. There's more information on our website and our Facebook page. I know that Cantor Simmons and Barbara Loser and some others have already been doing some work ahead of time to get ready for what's going to be a very, very fun evening. So please make plans to join us online on the 4th of July. Lastly, a reminder that now, as at all times, our clergy team is here for you. If you have a need for pastoral support or some kind of assistance from a member of our staff, please don't hesitate to reach out and let us know how we can help. We're glad to spend time with you by phone or by Zoom or whatever will be most helpful to help you get through these very uncertain and trying times. And now I want to share a few words with you about our Torah portion this week. But I want to start with, I know it's game night for the Classics group, so I want to start with a moment of trivia. Something unusual about this week's Torah portion, which is called Parashat Korach, is that this is the only portion of the Torah which is named after a villain, named for an enemy of the Israelite people. The title character, Korach, for whom the portion is named, is one of the most reviled men in the Bible, and his name over time has become synonymous with treachery and mutiny because this portion tells the story about Korach's ill-fated attempt to orchestrate an uprising, a political uprising against Moses in which he sought to wrench control of the Israelite community away from Moses so that he could assume leadership himself. The Parsha goes on to tell us that Korach manages to gain a certain amount of support from among the children of Israel for his uprising, and before long he has amassed for himself some 250 followers who rise up against Moses and Aaron, and the leaders of the Israelite community find themselves facing a fully fledged coup d'etat. Predictably, as you might have been able to see from a mile away, God doesn't appreciate what Korach is doing, the way that he's undermined the Israelites' leaders, and so God briskly moves to annihilate Korach and destroy his band of revolutionaries. So that's the happy ending to the portion. Korach and his merry men are done away with, and Moses and Aaron's leadership is confirmed once and for all. And God has taught everyone a little something about questioning authority. We're going to hear a little bit more about this portion a little bit later, and so for now I want to pivot, and I want to take a few moments to reflect a little bit about where we find ourselves in the calendar this week and this month. As the Cantor pointed out at the beginning of our time together, June is Pride Month. It's a time of celebration and affirmation for the LGBTQ community and the friends, family, and allies who support and love them. Within our congregation and within the wider Reform movement, this is a time for us to reinforce and reassert our commitment to equality and affirmation for all sexualities and gender expressions here in our spiritual community and beyond it as well. Now, a lot has been written by people far more experienced and eloquent than I about the way that pride has changed over the years and the way that it has now, in this world we inhabit, come to be embraced by culture and society at large within just the last generation, even less. Today, LGBTQ individuals and families enjoy a sort of mainstream visibility and acceptance in business and entertainment and community life in ways that would have been unimaginable just a few years ago. Here in Houston and all around the country, pride has become a time of celebration whose lightheartedness may belie the pain and difficulty from which it was born. Now, many of us know this already, but the reason that Pride is observed in June is as a commemoration of the Stonewall Uprisings in June of 1969. Back then, it wasn't a time of joy, but a time of real struggle, of police violence and coercive repression, when being out as gay or trans meant not only that your job or your reputation could be at risk, but your safety, your well-being, and even your life. The first time there was a Pride March, 50 years ago this month, it wasn't a time of heartwarming corporate tributes and rainbow stickers. It was a time of gritty resolve and determined grassroots activism and the steadfast unwillingness to hide oneself any longer. Of course, that struggle hasn't disappeared today either. To know and love people in the LGBTQ community today is to know that even today, even in this point in history, when marriage equality is the law of the land, when gay and trans workers are finally protected under the Civil Rights Act, even today, we cannot ignore the struggle that is their everyday reality. Even in these enlightened days, every time I listen to our LGBTQ members and our friends, I still hear too many painful stories about alienation and rejection from families and friendships, estrangement or outright hostility from parents and coworkers and neighbors. We still encounter far too often the heartbreaking statistics about the susceptibility of gay and trans kids to substance abuse, self-harm, and suicide. Whatever joy and affirmation we celebrate during Pride, and we should celebrate, but we have to recognize it and understand it through that context. Whatever strength we appreciate today only came to pass through the struggle they endured yesterday. And so that brings us back to Korach. That brings us back to the mutinous traitor for whom this week's Parsha is named, the rebel who rose up against Moses and was promptly executed by God. Now there's an epilogue to Korach's story that I didn't mention yet. It doesn't arrive until about 10 chapters later, close to the end of the book of Numbers. In that part of the Torah, the text is describing the troops and tribes of Israel who are preparing to make their way to the Promised Land. And the Torah mentions in passing, when enumerating the lists of people making their way to the land of promise, Uvnei Korach lo metu. The sons of Korach did not die. It's a strange comment made in an aside, and it's one that hardly seems reasonable or rational. Korach and his whole household were supposed to have been destroyed by God after the rebellion. So how then can it be that Korach had descendants who didn't die? I think that when the Bible tells us that Korach's sons continued to live, what it may be trying to teach us is that even the worst kind of history is redeemable. God's favor is foreclosed to no one. Even the sons of Korach merit entry into the Promised Land. This may be the moral lesson that Torah seeks to teach us. Although we are guided by our past at all times, we are not constrained by it. Though we love and remember the ancestors that produced us, it's not disloyal for us to pray to be even more righteous than they were. No one ever became a saint because he had the right last name. And on the other hand, a righteous history alone can never guarantee our own righteousness. No one's past can make them invulnerable to error and sin. We are free to learn and embrace and, God willing, even surpass the values and virtues we have received as gifts from the generations that produced us. So let me close with this. What is it exactly that happened to those sons of Korach? Those generations of Korach's descendants who somehow managed to avoid the fate of their forebears and make their way toward the Promised Land with the rest of the people of Israel. Well, we don't really hear very much about them in the rest of the Torah, but if you flip forward a little bit in your Bible and you turn to the book of Psalms, if you look through it, you will find that 11 of the Psalms, 11 of these soaring lyrical poems of piety and faith, 11 of them start with a single line of dedication. And those 11 Psalms credit their composition to the sons of Korach. Those Psalms stay with us like a spiritual fossil record of the past, demonstrating that the descendants of Korach came over time to celebrate the unity of our people and the presence of a just and benevolent God. They remind us that those who sow the seeds of discord will not prosper for long. Those whose past testifies to division and discord may yet come to sing choruses of justice and unity. The history of our people and the heritage of our country retell this story over and over again. And so as we draw close to the end of our time of song and prayer together, this wonderful sacred time of companionship and peace, it's my prayer that we'll continue to walk together in love and strength and unity, that we'll give thanks for today's blessings of inclusion that previous generations could never dare to dream of. This really is a Shabbat of pride because there is so much for us to be proud of. And so I pray that it will also be a Shabbat of goodness and fulfillment, of contentment and rest. And I pray that we will go forward strengthened and encouraged by the words of one of those 11 Psalms credited to the descendants of Korach, who wrote these lines: "Faithfulness and truth will meet, justice and well-being will kiss. Let truth spring up from the earth, and justice look down from heaven. Let this be God's will, and let it be ours as well. Amen."
Amen.
Well, friends, we continue in the mode of sacred memory, taking just a few moments to turn our thoughts to those who came before us. And so as we do, our thoughts now turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We take just a moment now to do the sacred work of memory. At this time, we think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. On this Shabbat, our hearts go out in sadness and sympathy to the families of Helen Papel and James Friedman, who were laid to rest in recent days. To their names, we add these, the names of those whose yahrzeits fall at this season. Together, we remember Dave J. Bagelman, Ralph Belasco, M. Allen Banks, Simon Francis Beckwith, Esther Ben Shalom, Arthur Barenberg, Anna Berman, Betty Pepper Beretta, Sarah Blacker, Laurel Lolly Black, Fanny Bleeden, Mary Levine Blum, Mitchell Bunyuk, Sam Braitman, Philip Brody, Yetta Carson, Burton Chazen, Sophie Cooperman, Vivian Korn, Joel Cypress, Louis Eisen, Joseph Leonard Faden, Harold Alex Feigelson, Isidore Fischel, Sam Fleischer, Stephanie Bartholow Fradkin, Charlotte Friedman, Betty Freilich, Francis Fridkin, Hank Friedberg, Meyer W. Furman, Sarah Furman, Sylvia Gabe, Eleanor Gaiman, Saul Gerber, Clara Gold, Rebecca Lipsy Goldenberg, Jack Goldfaden, Julia P. Grief, Claire V. Grossman, Jacqueline Gutierrez, Marianne Herring, Ethel Huvard, Shirley Byron Eisenberg, Walter Jones, Louis S. Kaplan, Martin M. Katz, Sally Katz, Moses Kessler, Eleanor Claff, Edith Richardson Kokoschka, Madeline Nelkin Lerner, Ralph Levy, Lisa Levine, Ida Levitt, Hilda Levy, Samuel Lewis, Kyle Lickover, Charles Meyerson, Ronnie Marks, Lester May, Ina McDonald Aliff, Roseanne Tausig McKee, Helen Milton, Irving Moser, Jacqueline Myers, Ida Orenberg, Sydney Parkins, Patricia Patey, Josie Silverstein Pesses, Gracie Lee Plumley, Errol Robert Pransky, Izzy Proler, Michael Rowitcher, Harold Reingold, Sergio Sarant, Carolyn Scales, Barbara Schachtel Green, Sophie Schumann, Annie Siegel, Minnie Kaminsky-Shanek, Herbert Shapiro, Joseph Silberman, Seal Singer, Bertha Singerman, Hyman Slavin, Ida Smith, Ella Spiegel, Ralph Stecken, Melva Evans Turner, Beverly Van Wagner, Eileen Van, Jewel Rose Verbit, Marilee Gerstenhaber Wiener, and Rita Wise. The memories of all of them are with us as we take a moment to rise as we are able to recite the words of Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen, Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam ulal me'al maya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudsha berichu, la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chaim alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom, alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We continue now with Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, ve'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh haShabbat. L'chaim.
L'chaim, amen.
I stayed the whole time this time, Rabbi. And now a challah. My challah came delivered, special, every week. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon.
B'tei avon, amen.
We'll just take a tiny taste. A special closing song this evening by Benj Pasek and Justin Paul. I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are, but won't let them break me me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me, oh, 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 oh. Another round of bullets hits my skin, far away, 'cause today I won't let the shame sink in. We are bursting through the barricade, reaching for the sun. We are warriors, that's what we'll become. Won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me, oh, 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 this is me. And I know that I deserve your love. There's nothing I'm not worthy of. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me, oh, 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 this is me.
As our service concludes this evening, we remember the spiritual posture with which we began, a moment of appreciation for the things that we love about ourselves, to place ourselves in that reflective, prayerful posture of appreciation and gratitude for the things about us that are lovable. That is a spiritual practice, to learn to love the self, and to someday, God willing, turn that love gratefully, graciously, and expansively outward, to love all of those we encounter, and to use that love as an agent of change and improvement and repair. So let us go forth from this place in pride and in joy and in love. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.